as you're kind of sticking with them, 80, 90% of the time, you will see a huge change in your physique, your well-being, and your attitude. Hey guys, I'm Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today I've put together 5 tips that are really just going to help you be more fit or even get fit. And these are really important, especially for guys that are over the age of 40. When you're young, you can get away with, breaking a lot of these rules and still be really fit and in shape. It's amazing. I miss those days. But 5 real straightforward things, and they're really not that hard, guys. It's mainly just about consistency, just kind of sticking with these tips day in and day out. All right, tip number 1, and don't roll your eyes when I say this, okay? You need to drink more water. Sounds simple, but I guarantee you most guys don't drink nearly enough water, including me. I catch myself getting dehydrated. Like right now, I know I've got cotton mouth, and which means I'm dehydrated. It's too late. If you're thirsty, it's too late. It means you haven't hydrated enough already. And the deal is with water, guys, is that it really does help your body use fat as a source of energy more efficiently. And it helps you flush all the just toxins out of your body that you create just daily, just living and breathing, okay? And then another benefit to drinking water, especially in the morning, guys, is it helps you go to the bathroom. And I don't mean just pee. I mean number 2. The deal is when you go to sleep at night, and you wake up the next morning, you're always going to weigh the lightest amount of the entire day. It's first thing in the morning. It's because you're dehydrated, okay? You've exhaled so much moisture in your breath over the course of the night that you're dehydrated, even if you're not thirsty. And I'm not thirsty in the morning, all right? So force yourself to drink some water. First thing, brushing your teeth before you have breakfast or anything, okay? I promise it'll make you feel better. You'll have more energy. It'll also make you more regular. Tip number 2, guys, is probably the most important, really. And that is you need to have healthy eating habits. It's not that hard, okay? Gary and I have dozens of videos right here on this channel that you can just search. Use that little magnifying glass and type in nutrition. We give you tons of things, healthy things to eat and things to avoid, and it's straightforward. You don't have to be perfect. I've put out some of these nutritional videos, and I've looked at some of the comments below, and it'll say, well, Mark, doesn't that chicken salad from the deli at the grocery store have, other things in it, other ingredients that are not natural? Yeah, but you don't have to be perfect. The chicken salad from the grocery store, the pre-made that you put, in the deli, you get in a little container. It's mostly chicken, and there's going to be some mayonnaise and a few things in there, but it's mostly all good for you, You don't have to be perfect with every single meal throughout the day. You just need to be cognizant of what you're supposed to be eating on a regular basis. And then really, it's super simple to avoid the crap. It really is, guys. All right? So the crap being mainly or highly processed carbohydrates, okay? You need to know what those are. All right? Spaghetti, pastas, breads, crackers, things like that, pizza. And then you need to know that probably the worst of all the processed foods is sugar. So the processed sugar is by far the worst. And that sugar, comes in soft drinks too. It's not just stuff that comes in solid foods like cake or cookies or ice cream. It comes in Coca-Cola and Sprite and Mountain Dew and those kind of things. You can do the diet, no problem, but the sugar is by far the worst. Tip number 3, guys, is please follow a professional workout program. Don't try to create something yourself. I mean, There are people watching right now that really know their shit, and you guys can come up with your own workout programs. I understand, but what is that? 1, 2, maybe 3% of the viewing audience right now? It's just easier to follow something that's been put together by a professional, especially for us older guys, because you want to follow a program that's been put together by somebody who's been doing this for decades. So Gary Walker and myself both have several, fantastic workout programs to choose from. They're super cheap, all right? And they just flat out work. They've helped hundreds of thousands of men around the world put on muscle and lose a lot of fat. Number 4 is also pretty straightforward. You need to move more, okay? Man, when I was younger, I was always up and doing stuff. Lots of sports, pick up basketball games after work. At 6, 7 o'clock at night, I'd go hit the basketball courts for 2 hours. And now I just find that I've gotten much more sedentary. So you need to actually consciously think about how you're going to force yourself to move. And that can be just walking the dog, all right? Some of you guys don't do that at all, or if you already do it, just walk your dog more often and go further. Mow the grass instead of paying somebody else to mow the grass for you. You'd be surprised how many calories you burn mowing your yard every week. Try to avoid elevators and escalators. Take the stairs. Now, if you're on the 40th floor at your office or at your apartment complex, all right, I'm not asking you to walk 40 floors, but you could easily walk 5, 8, 10 floors, all right, on a daily basis. And if you're one of those travel jocks where you're constantly having to travel for work and you're just find yourself sitting around at airports for hours at a time waiting for your flight, get that luggage and start walking, all right? Don't just sit there and read a book or look at your cell phone. I mean, you can walk miles and miles in the airport and just kill time, all right? What much smarter way to do it. For you guys that play golf, I mean, I know this is going to sound like heresy, but try walking instead of taking the golf cart. That's 7 miles. That's 7 miles if you walk 18 holes. If that's too far for you to begin with, that's okay. Walk the first 9 holes, all right? Then at the turn, get a golf cart and just take a golf cart on the back 9, all right? That's a great way to start too, because you're fresh the first 9 holes, and that's only gonna be what, maybe 3.5 miles, all right? So lots of different ways. Parking. Anytime you're going someplace, park far away from the store that you're going to. Force yourself to walk all the way across a big parking lot and then back to your car when you're leaving. Just lots of little tricks, but you need to move. All right, tip number 5. You got to sleep better, sleep more. I bet most people watching right now don't get enough sleep. You really need a good 7 to 8 hours of sleep, guys. And there's a reason for it. When you're sleeping, it lowers your stress levels. And remember, the lower your stress is, the less cortisol your body produces. Cortisol is a stress hormone. And unfortunately, the more cortisol your body makes, the less testosterone it can make. So cortisol and testosterone fight over an enzyme, okay, that's made in your body. And your body can only make so much of that enzyme. So the more cortisol that's made, the less of this enzyme is left over for the testosterone. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you didn't roll your eyes during those tips, but those are just 5, kind of tips, daily habits that you can kind of incorporate into your life. And they're not particularly difficult to do, really. And you don't have to be perfect. I mean, I screw up on all these things on a regular basis, all right? But as long as you're kind of sticking with them, 80, 90% of the time, you will see a huge change in your physique, your well-being, and your attitude. And then, of course, the only way to do that is to stick with it and never give up on yourself.